Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Hey, welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. A few weeks ago, I found myself sitting on a bench. Nothing unusual about that. I wasn't waiting for anyone. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't trying to accomplish anything. I just sat down. And for a little while, I watched. That's it. I watched. It's surprising how rarely we do that anymore. Most of us are moving from one thing to the next. If we stop, we pull out our phones. If we have a few extra minutes, we find something to fill them. We stay busy. We stay occupied. We stay connected. But we rarely just sit and observe. As I sat there, people moved through the park. A man walked his dog. A young couple pushed a stroller. A child ran ahead of his parents and then ran back again. Nothing remarkable was happening. At least not in the usual sense. Nobody was making history. Nobody was becoming famous. Nobody was changing the world. Life was simply unfolding. And the longer I sat there, the more interesting it became. I started wondering about people, not in an intrusive way, just in a human way. Where was the young father headed after the park? What was the elderly woman smiling about as she walked by? What conversation was the teenager rehearsing in his head while staring at his phone? I'll never know. But that's part of what fascinated me. Every person I saw was living a story far more complicated than I could ever understand from a distance. Each one had worries. Each one had hopes. Each one had people that they cared about. Each one had victories and disappointments that were invisible to everyone around them. We pass people every day without realizing that we're crossing paths with entire worlds. And for some reason, sitting quietly on that bench made that feel more real. The funny thing is that nothing happened to me while I was sitting there. There was no great revelation that arrived. No dramatic event unfolded. Nobody walked up and shared the secret meaning of life. Nobody said 42. Yet, I left feeling different, calmer, more connected, more aware. I think it's because observation creates perspective. When we're in the middle of our own lives, everything feels urgent. The email, the deadline, the argument, the things that we're worried about, the things that we're trying to fix. Our attention narrows in. The world becomes very small. Then we sit on a bench and watch life move around us. Suddenly, we remember something very important. Everyone is carrying something. Everyone is trying their best to navigate a complicated life. Everyone is figuring things out as they go. That realization doesn't make our problems disappear, but it changes how we hold them. The older I get, the more I appreciate moments that don't demand anything from me. Moments where I don't have to solve a problem. I don't have to make a decision, or I don't have to be productive. I can simply exist. There's something healthy about that too. Something human. For thousands of years, people sat on hillsides, front porches, town squares, and park benches watching the world go by. They weren't wasting time. They were participating in life, just in a different way. They were paying attention. And maybe that's what I was really doing that afternoon. Paying attention. Not to headlines, not to notifications, not to whatever was demanding my focus. I was paying attention to people, to movement, to life itself. I think we underestimate the value of that. I really do. We talk a lot about learning. We talk a lot about growth. But some of the most important things that we learn don't come from books. They come from observation, from noticing things, from slowing down long enough to see what's been happening around us all along, and quite a bit. By the time I stood up from that bench, the park hadn't changed. The people hadn't changed. The world had not changed. But my perspective had. And sometimes that's enough, guys. So if life feels especially busy this week, maybe find a bench somewhere, or a porch, or a quiet corner of a coffee shop. Sit down and look around. You don't have to accomplish anything. You don't have to figure anything out. Just watch. Just watch for a little while. You may discover that life has been quietly teaching lessons all around you. And all it needed from you was a moment of attention. Instead of looking at that phone all day. Take a moment, breathe, and let yourself notice. Notice the things going on around you. You'll learn some things, I promise. I love you guys very, very, very much. And you know what I need you to do, right? Go out there and pass that on, okay? Later, Gators. Bye-bye.